I'm Steph Stricklen with GeekWire Studios here at AWS reInvent 2024, and we have been talking a lot about the reinvention journeys of companies, and we're here to drill down right now with Allianz as well as with Accenture and the role that technology and the cloud has played in what's going on with Allianz. So I'd like to introduce you right now to Tobias Regenfuss, the Senior Managing Director and Technology Lead at Accenture, as well as Axel Schell, the CTO at Allianz Technology. Gentlemen, thank you so much for making the time to be here with us.
It's great. Thanks a lot for the invitation.
Absolutely. I wanted to start with you, Axel, and talk about the role in particular of cloud technologies in this reinvention journey of Allianz.
So we actually started off with our cloud journey a couple of years ago. And the reason why we invested a lot in cloud and technologies and skills is really to, first of all, get, of course, the benefits from cloud. The benefits are, for us, not only cost, but it's really also speed, it's elasticity, but it's also innovation. Lots of new technologies are available on cloud. Also, when we talk to our business units in the various countries, we have the possibility to host our data wherever we need in whatever country. And there, of course, cloud is a big enabler for us. And really also our employees, they want to work with the latest technologies, and therefore they are keen to work also on cloud technologies.
It's interesting you reference speed, and that's one of the ways we hear Gen AI being able to reduce the amount of time in specific workloads. Everyone's talking about it. How does this work in the cloud architecture, and what benefits are you seeing it provide to your clients?
So I think Gen AI would not be possible without cloud. Gen AI is all about scaling. It's about training even bigger models with trillions of parameters, with trillions of data points. And that is why the cloud plays such a big role, and the cloud providers have played a big role to advance the large language models we have today. But also, if we look at the consumers, there will be billions of consumers soon, and you need the cloud to deliver the Gen AI to the consumers. That's the second point. And third, of course, for the enterprises to use generative AI, it's all about the enterprise data to combine with the power of the large language models. And for that, you need a data platform, and that is typically sitting on cloud if you want to really drive competitive advantage through your data using generative AI.
I see you nodding. I want to know how Allianz intends to extract value out of Gen AI based on what he has mentioned.
So we more or less do exactly what Tobias said. So we focus on more or less two worlds. The first world is really the customer-facing world, the business-related stuff. And then we should not forget the second one, which is the internal one for our IT teams, for our own company, when it comes to how do we best use Gen AI also to provide IT services to our business units. So those are the two worlds, and we have different use cases, different strategies for the two worlds. And just to give you 1, 2, 3 examples of what we're actually doing, we are trying, for example, to use our internal Gen AI capabilities to do some kind of code translation from one code language into another one, and we see huge benefits there. Instead of projects that take 12 months, we can do something like that in 2 to 3 months, and that, of course, is again back to speed and back to cost savings as well.
This is a question for both of you, but I'll start with you because you've started to explain this. How do you train your workforce to be able to do those things? It's very different than it was even 10 years ago.
Yes, so we launched something called AI Run, where we started to train our workforce. We had 3 runs so far, and we are now up to 16,000 people who went through the program, a training program. It's 3 modules. One module is the general discussion about what is AI. The second one is then about prompt engineering, and the third modules are about then really specific stuff for IT developers. The first and the second module is not only relevant for IT, because this is something that is relevant for the entire company. So we want to become a Gen AI-enabled organization, so everybody should do that. And this is why we are proud that we have more or less developed a training program where 16,000 of our employees went through.
I am interested in this 3-part module. From your perspective, and even broader at Altitude perspective, what do you think from getting the workforce trained to accept these unique challenges and some of the actual improvement in workflow for your customers?
I can only support what Axel just said. I think many people talk about the technology, but in the end it's really about the people. We have technology, but we need to use it in a way that we really define a truly human approach where after we have implemented the technology, the humans, the workers are better off. And that requires really understanding how we will work in the future when we have things like AI agents becoming our new co-workers and how we work together with them in marketing, in sales, in product development, and in customer service. And that requires understanding how this new work will look like, how the work changes, and then you also need to have the right leadership that is signaling into the organization. This is a big change, and we need the whole organization to change. And then the training programs that Axel mentioned are coming in to really help everybody to embrace this technology, to not be afraid, but to really understand how it can power them, to make them better off using this technology, working with superpowers that GenAI brings to them.
You really also offered in that answer tips for people and companies that are looking just to get started. Would you care to offer any tips for folks who are thinking to themselves, we may not be as big as Allianz, but it's time for us to start moving in this direction, Axel?
Sure, let's share a couple of thoughts. So first of all, what I would say is in the past, we talked a lot about digital transformation. So the mantra was digital by default. Now the new mantra from my point of view is AI by default. So that's first what the organization have to think about. The second thing is you have to make AI everybody's job. So it's not only something for a couple of IT people, it's relevant for the entire workforce. So the idea is really that 80 to 90% of our workforce use AI on a daily basis. That doesn't mean that they do coding, but there will be platforms available where also business users in an easy way can leverage AI tools. I compare this a bit with using an Excel spreadsheet. You don't have specialists, one special team who works on spreadsheets. Everybody knows how to work with a spreadsheet, and that's exactly what we have to do with AI as well.
Any final thoughts?
So I think what is important in addition to what Axel said is we tell our customers they need to lead with value and really focus on where the value is. We see too many organizations have many pilots and proof of concepts working, but they are not scaling because they do not really have a clear vision where the value is and how to unlock really a business case in their organization. That is a key topic that customers need to focus on and to be able to really get benefits out of this exciting technology, in addition to what we talked about the tech and about the workforce, and of course doing this in a responsible way as well.
Yes, I like that you touched on that. Tobias, Axel, thank you so much. This was an enlightening conversation. I'm Steph Stricklen. You're watching GeekWire Studios.